Now making moves through over on the B side, leaving Device by himself, but Fnatic have already spilled out onto the site, looking to try and get the plant down, and successfully endeavor just that. magisk, though, takes the head of Golden in amongst the process, and JW tries to get up close with the Glock, but misses a couple of bullets, and that could prove very costly and fatal for the rest of the troops. KRIMZ, though, holding on for dear life with the Glock, gets in with 2 big headshots, and as ever, KRIMZ is the bastion of hope for Fnatic already. Trying to get up close and personal with Astralis, can hear the footsteps to his left-hand side, can see magisk, finally executes onto him, but pivots back into Glaive, who is joined by dupreeh. And between the two of them, they have fended off this push, but only for a few more moments before JW pulls the trigger and gives Fnatic the advantage one more time. Just shy of a minute on the clock, and Fnatic are weighing up their options. Flash out into Device. You can stay on the site. Knows his back is covered from Ivy. Glaive has that watched. Additionally, second player coming up through connector will be Zipex. May not be required because Device is doing it all alone. The AWP is just landing shots left and right. Oh, so easy for the Dane. And now Golden, 1-on-3 with the AK, gets sprayed down at range, and Astralis finally. They're getting up there quickly, but all they're doing is running into bullets, a little bit more velocity, and dupreeh puts the M4 to use. Those bullets sing for him. And the symphony of destruction for Fnatic is pretty much at its conclusion. KRIMZ and JW, your last 2 men standing, but they have no grenades between the two of them. No flashes or smokes to bust out here, and it's looking like it will be a foregone conclusion. Yeah, this is where his reputation definitely precedes him. You expect him to win, but he's about to get flanked from JW. The timing could be everything, and JW... decent grenade damage, but they're going to have to follow it up with some deagles and the Mag 7. Well, scratch the Mag 7. Zipex has just been removed, and with him, the Mag 7 will follow. dupreeh, though, with his deagle. We had him on the highlight, the head-to-head for his rifling, but his deagle is definitely no slouch. magisk dropped to 1 HP, but Device is using the close angle of the box holes, hoping to get the off angle, hoping to get that first pick, and they jump into him. He finishes off KRIMZ, who gets splattered by the deagle, and now the upgraded AK comes into play. This round is certainly not done just yet. Jackinho going in for the white swing, gets punished by Device with the AK, and now JW is stuck between 3 players, can't get it done. And Astralis steal and snatch away this round out of thin air. Just one smoke basically nullifies him. Flashbang is good. Jackinho has been tagged down to 13. The smoke on CT. Connector will make this a little bit more of a dangerous affair for the CTs to spill out in, but the fact that they've taken down Jackinho is huge. That player up close has been dealt the fatal blow. And now the 3v5 takes shape. dupreeh is waiting in the wings for the green light to go in for the flank, and this is the ace up the sleeve, but JW is ripping this round away. He's put all his chips on the table. He's gone all in. And Golden tagged down to a measly 8 HP, maybe called upon to clutch this yet. JW is still in there, still trying his best to salvage this round, and gets yet another one. We said he's been a bit weak as of late, but this would be a beautiful moment to step up. But unfortunately, Device in mid-air. Oh, peeking up before the flash has gone off Jackinho. You just gift wrap that across the Device, and they're just going to be spilling in one by one. Device will not miss these chances. He's at the buffet, and he's devouring Fnatic without any issues at all. 15 kills already. Make it 16, why not? And the smoke keeps him alive from upper. Make it 17, and he could even finish it off, and he does with a beautiful ace. Firepower to just choke out the rest of this round. So it's looking good that we will hit the 7. Yeah, down into the 2v2 here, Dust, and now magisk and dupreeh gotta try and salvage and remedy the situation somehow, some way. Fnatic have clawed their way back into this round, and Jackinho with 3 kills to his name. Maybe silence is suppressed by magisk, who doesn't have any grenades at his disposal. JW may have no Kevlar, but he has the drop, has missed the first few bullets. magisk just needs to tickle the bomb, draw JW out into the open. It looks like he may have done enough with time, and JW spraying into the head of magisk. You may need to reconnect to all the programs and stuff. I'll just carry on this until the problem is resolved. Apologies for that, ladies and gents. Some technical issues over here. I'm not crazy. I've not been talking to myself the whole time. I promise you. And now KRIMZ down to 23 HP. But it's Glaive that has been put in the dirt from that very man. It's good to see that JW's been having a lot of impact. One of those players that has been eerily quiet. Raw potential off the charts. One of the best players on the planet when he's feeling like posted up close, so he can get that early intel. Fall back. This is where the other elements of magisk may start to come in. And magisk has landed the headshot. 35 seconds to play with.
But I don't know if you heard it. Feels bad.
It's all right. I'm just crazy.
I'll just go stand on the corner.
I'm just talking to myself the whole time, just having conversations with myself. It's all good. magisk though is really putting the bullet down range. Glaive pivots in for their second frag onto JW. Beautiful spray transfer. And that leaves Brollan in the blink of an eye and a 1-on-4. And a molly on top of it. Only the one unit of Golden that's moving through on Ivy. He's already been dealt with, and now Zipex may be called upon to repel the push on B. Now, of course, they don't care about a post plan. It's the last round of the half, so they're completely fine with falling back, allowing the T's to spill in, to leave themselves vulnerable and to get picked off left and right. magisk puts a bullet down range, connects the frag, and even though it's a post plant, it's a 5-on-3. Good shot from Brollan. A shot that you probably expect magisk to land more often than not. He's had a lot of success with his 11 kills with that secondary AWP. But Fnatic keeping themselves just above the water. Brollan submerges Glaive, takes him into the deep waters in our last round, and looking to try and do more, and he does just that. It's a delayed, strange 1-by-1 formation back onto the site. Device puts the kill into Brollan, at least giving them an opportunity to get onto the plant, but now there's so low time that only one kill will seal the deal, and it's JW that goes in for the wide swing, takes down Device, and then finishes. After this, Dust 2 probably won't fare too well. Double grenades down onto box all. Jackinho gets knocked down by Glaive. Was he mid-air during that frag, or was he the second player in? Not entirely sure. But it could have been an absolutely disgusting frag to pick up. And that will give way to the B site. Device at range takes off the head of Brollan. And now Zipex with the smoke, dispatching it towards the oil train. This will make it harder for Fnatic to go for that retake. And there is no flanking agent in effect either. So it'll have to be long-range incursions with the USPs. And it's unlikely that Astralis will pick too many times, but they actually have. And JW's just claimed the head of Zipex, actually giving Fnatic the player advantage now in this 2-on-3. And magisk alongside Glaive are going to do very well to hold on to this site. Glaive has been absolutely punctured straight away, and magisk has to try and clutch this 1-on-3. From the back of the site, he will strike with 2, and now we're playing the time. KRIMZ has to tickle the bomb, and magisk goes back in for more.
Who just seem to be smothering them. They've been in control of the game for so long now.
Yeah, 1 point was 4-4, and this is quickly accelerated away. Nice shot from Device. JW never really stood a chance, and Zipex with the Mac-10 has just sprayed KRIMZ out. Who did
again, not really giving Golden options. He misses a chance to maybe hit them with the HE grenade, and Zipex has already found Brollan, and so now it seems like these weapons are just going to get saved, Vince. That's going to have to be the ticket here. It's just try to carry over what you can. Astralis will get the 13.
Secondary AWP's now been picked up, so this would be huge for Fnatic if they can hold on to both of them. But
makes 3 rounds more to play, and they're wasting no time this round coming into Outer, looking to challenge that E-box position. It's an even trade thus far.
Well, the even trade has now been flushed away. JW takes out Glaive with the AWP headshot. But Device on the prowl, 29 kills in round 20. Unbelievable stats. Unbelievable impact he's had, and there's another one. He's landed the 30 bomb and 31 as they peek him to him 1-by-1. Device is on some kind of miracle play right now. Godly. Someone needs to take him down a peg or two, but instead they just feed him, drip feed him more frags, and he'll happily accept them as he cartwheels Astralis one giant leap towards a 14th round. Now Golden is still alive, and Device down to 10 HP could be finished off, but manages to leap through into main and survive just for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and that fire stops Golden from the quick rotation, so that bomb safely gets in the inner. It will get planted, and I mean, if you're Golden, this is a tough one. He's got the kid, he's got time. He's actually going up ladder. Device is going to hear this. Got the P250 ready to go, and Golden never could collect himself, and that's a chance.
Against 3, can maybe use this smoke though as a bit of an opportunistic strike, but magisk just pivots around and takes his head off. I thought it would at least be a 1-for-1. But with him falling down, there's now an opportunity for Astralis. They still are low on time, and Brollan with the spray on point, putting that orb to use. KRIMZ now posted on the site, goes down to the hands of Glaive. Seemed confused and perplexed as to where the T's were coming in from. And in amongst that chaos, he gets finished off, and now Golden, who's made a lot of noise through on Pop Dog, is not
dancing around the outer yard. They have no idea.
Now they do, but it's too little too late. Brollan's still lost his life. Glaive does go down to the hands of Jackinho at least, so Fnatic do have the player advantage momentarily. And they can also upgrade some of those SMGs to Augs, and they have an Orb and a Scout, so it's looking pretty good. Jackinho holding the line with the Aug alongside KRIMZ, and it leaves it to Device. Those harrowing wins are picking up pace, and Fnatic will feel the chill of a potential first map denial.
God.
He's actually bypassed the green train. KRIMZ isolated from Golden. Golden gets found and fragged, but there's KRIMZ, was not expecting. Let's give Fnatic a golden ticket towards a 10-round mark, though, if they are successful, which so far so good. Jackinho's got himself 2. Device, though, with the AK, gets his 38th kill. You heard that right, 38.
Yeah, it's wild. He's been able to pick up an AWP now as well. He's coming into the inner yard. There is a CT here at the back of Pop Dog. A chance for Device to continue to tee off here.
Post-plant will be coming in. Device has the right read of the situation, anticipating the flank unit to come into play, but Brollan was patient, was cognizant of that fact, and Zipex now stuck up on the train. The timing slightly betraying him, but considering the lack of real firepower they had to get 2 kills on the bomb plant's not too bad, but it is at the cost of a full purchase.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they did fully invest into that. I mean, if they could have gotten the bomb plant with the more thrifty purchase, they would have been able to actually full buy this next round, but with it being such a heavy investment, they're basically dealt the same cards they were in the buying time for the rotation. That he is getting it, everyone seemingly making it through, but that Molotov will push them back. They can't really come in just yet. They're playing behind the fire. That means the bomb plant will go down, but we have a 5-on-5 retake ahead.
5-on-5 retake, not too much utility, but there is a lot of it centralized on Jackinho. He has an Incendiary and a HE, the only ones at their disposal. magisk playing up close. This is a position, especially with 5 players left, you expect to see someone in. dupreeh, the backside of Oil, deals with JW, goes in for second, and is successful. magisk has been put down, courtesy of Brollan, but all the CTs are dwindling away, and Device has picked up his 39th frag. KRIMZ will be trying to make moves up close right now, knows he's got no time, and Device fitting.
It's pretty basic as far as overall approach, as we see the CTs looking to get aggressive at middle, but it's been picked up upon by Device and Glaive. They're taking care of it just fine.
Taking care of business, taking out the push. But Golden at least is going to return the favor with 2 kills and could be going in for a 3rd. They had a very slow start over on Train, but already showing that he's no slouch. Putting more damage down onto Glaive. magisk finally will put him out of his misery and get the avenging frag, but the bomb's been spilled out. Information gathered, and now Fnatic know they can push up 2 more plays up middle. Another 1-for-1 trade. And it's all about Brollan for me, because KRIMZ is going to be going down to the hands of dupreeh, and Brollan is trying to make moves up CT. Now keep an eye on the HP bars of Astralis. They are both low. Brollan could still clutch this.
Indeed, he could, and he might even be able to find a kit as well. It's sitting out in middle, so that will give him some options if they get a plant to have a bit more time to try to work things out. As you said, health is very low right now, Astralis. They played that really smart, though. Like, even though they lost out a lot of battles that they probably should have won there, they were able to kind of work it out. But the problem is they have no smoke to cross, and Brollan is right here to deal with them. He's sending out...
They've at least put it back into a possibility, albeit fleeting at best. 40 seconds, and they're just now moving up. 2 players watching, and it's Brollan with the M4 that pivots in first for the kill. And now Zipex will be picking up the slack with the Mac 10. They still got a bit of time to burn, but they have to be careful because the bodies are hitting the floor so quickly through Astralis, and the Danes have been decimated. Fnatic hold the line. But Astralis have in store. They've been brewing this for a few rounds now, and already up middle. Double smokes on to wrap around. This puts so much pressure on JW. He at least gets 1, but that really won't be good enough. And Zipex, who's been waiting and anticipating this fast rotation, gets 2, and dupreeh goes back out for the peak. Brollan is doing his best to hold on to the remnants of this round, and they realize peeking him at this point is definitely a foolish endeavor. Just get the bomb down and change the dynamic of this round on its head. Force Brollan to play aggressively, and he's had an exquisite start so far. He's 8-1.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got a kit, he's got some utility, and he's been playing really well, as you said, so maybe going for it, not a bad idea. The problem is the economy is so low to buy around. If this doesn't work out, that it's kind of still tough, but he's going to see what he can do. Great angle here on the Magisk, great headshot as well. It could happen now.
3K to Brollan, but time itself is beginning to tick away. An enemy device yet to get a kill, yet to get off the mark, but they not need to. Even with the kill, Brollan does not have enough time. He may not live to tell a tale. He was very close as well from how Train started. It was very scrappy and close. Rough shape. Jackinho does do enough damage to allow the team kill to take fruition, weakening up dupreeh and finish off by Glaive. Brollan on the back of the site with 11 kills to his name. He's trying to rip through more and gets more. May not realize there's a player that's encircling him to his right-hand side, and Device is trying his damnedest to wrap all the way around from CT side. They were not anticipating. Yeah, he's accelerating incredibly quickly. He's on for it. After a disappointing train, they've bounced back with authority. Golden may be in the thick of it once this smoke clears. And instead, he will be choked out by Magisk's AK, and he spins in for 2. Beautiful, brisk entry frags.
Indeed, smoke for the cross as well, so it's going to really put that pressure on A-side. It's going to draw a lot of rotations here over through CT spawn. There's a smoke for the cross, but there's a pretty wide gap right there that Astralis must navigate, but it certainly helps that Magisk still has cap position to kind of help shoot in behind anyone who comes up the slope, putting JW and Jackinho in a very tough 2-on-4 now, and they may just have to save Vince, honestly.
Yeah, they have to. Their economy does not support losing this AUG and AWP. I am so surprised they're even going to long in the first place. They're actually potentially going for this, and that is the punishment. They've lost one of the 2 weapons, and JW desperately needs to cling on to what remains of his life to save this AWP, because losing this would be a massive body blow.
Discovered, unless Magisk somehow runs into him here at lower tunnel still. No.
Jackinho, aggression. Peeking through on B apps. Grenade proceeds to push, but still lands the man of dupreeh and goes in for more. They walk in 1 by 1, and Jackinho, he is smurfing over on B site for this round. Device alongside Magisk remain, but JW should have them as soon as they come out of the smoke. Misses the shot that could allow them a little bit of safe passage. He backs away and baits in for Brollan again. JW nearly gets finished off by the Molotov, and in the meanwhile, Magisk moves through as there is actually a wall bank from dupreeh that takes the brunt of it. On the receiving end of perfectly placed utilities, Ipex somehow survives. Not sure how he pulled that one off. Houdini himself would have been proud of that escape. And Astralis, they actually smoke CT, and B site is completely vacant. They don't know this just yet, but there's no one home for a Fnatic.
No, not at all. It's basically a free B site, so whatever momentum Fnatic were hoping to build up the previous round may well and truly be shut down, especially with Glaive cutting off what would be the rotation Fnatic need to try to establish a retake. If they can catch Glaive, though, then maybe there's a chance that they can actually start working forward, and there it is. Brollan finds the headshot onto Glaive. The problem is everyone else is so out of position that they can't really capitalize on that. They just have to concede. They have to get this 6th round to Astralis, and we're just going toe-to-toe right now.
Toe-to-toe, but as you said, with that CT side around the corner, Astralis will be certainly happier with how the opening of this map has gone. I have to see if Fnatic are afforded the luxury of staying in their guns. It looks very likely. Astralis aren't too keen on chasing down when 2 players are a bullet away from death, and they will hold on to their 2 AKs and the core.
They'll be taking a very heavy lick of damage on their key player at middle with that op shot. And now a 2-for-1 exchange gives Astralis long A control and man advantage. Vince, this is looking quite grim for Fnatic.
Yeah, they're just hemorrhaging plays. Device has gone in for 2 on middle as well. And that is their potential retreat line that has been cut short. No safe passage into a save. Astralis in a position where they can feasibly throw away a weapon or 2 without any issues if it's to deal with JW's AWP. So they have reached that critical mass now of not just rounds, but their economy that affords them the luxury and the freedom to do whatever they so choose. JW peeking out onto Catwalk. This makes him a little bit more vulnerable, but it's only the AWP of Device against him. If it was the AK, probably goes down, but a great shot into the head of Device. There is going to be Zipex, though, making moves through on alongside. deny the bomb plant a little bit longer to allow the players to get into position to try and fend off this orb. And JW tries to make it even more costly, but he walks in the first half 9-6. I feel like that may not be good enough against this Astralis CT side, but let's find out. Can Fnatic string 2 more together? Again, this has been a consistent threat. This wraparound play onto B side. They've got middle control very easily, but they haven't fully unweeded these 2 players that are still on the B side, which is Jackinho and, of course, as ever, Brollan, who's got 1 already. Dipping off with a 15th frag, but now he has met his demise. Good Molotov placement will afford safe passes for Jackinho for the time being. And they're doing a really good job of holding the line. Another incendiary is now being tossed down with a Molotov, and Jackinho has to force him to the back of the site and actually gets more kills. They hold on to the site against all the odds. It looked like...
As the bomb is still down towards T-Spawn, Xyp9x the closest member to it. Timing will be everything, but Xyp9x is being so patient. In the meantime, Device is continuing to collect over towards middle and Cat. They have the 5-on-3 now. KRIMZ, again, still not able to make his move. Now he does. He finds his man, but it feels like it's come too late, Fence. Yeah, he gets a kill back, but they're still down in the round. He has to give up the bomb. It's a tough ask.
He does go back out again, but Mage is just playing so passively. There's still 45 seconds left. They had every reason to just hold fire and see if he repeat that, try to wrap around the back of them. He didn't see the bomb in his first frag. That definitely hurt him. JW, though, at the back of the car is going to make it sting onto Magisk. That's the bomb that's dropped down as well, but Molotov has been tossed in. Device goes 1 for 1. As here comes Jackinho, a chance to tie it up, a chance to get real close come the second half. He's missing quite a few bullets, both players similar HP. Fake flash, not doing anything to the young side. It depends on how well Glaive holds the line here. USP by his side, smoke goes into his eyes, has a smoke of his own to extinguish that molly, and also flash himself through. It's also biding enough time for the window player to peek in 1 too many times, but dupreeh, that first headshot was a thing of beauty, but he can't finish off the rest. KRIMZ and JW, last Swede standing, will be a post plant as JW rushes down the bomb. And KRIMZ taking a fight at range while the rest of the CT start to try and spill around into tunnels. JW, big headshot onto Glaive, maybe going to peek out 1 more time, and JW need to wind back the clock and find some of that old form to clutch down against Device. It's a battle of the Titans, and there's such an important moment in this game. Device is hemorrhaging health, but still takes him down. And JW, I honestly thought, Dust, he might have actually clutched that one out, and yet Astralis pick up the second pistol.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it's a 3-on-2 in favor of Astralis, but we know how different
run and gun style and an underarm grenade is. This could slow and soften these targets so much. Waiting, perfect timing, and he gets the purchase. Not just the HE connects, but he sprays through the smoke and finishes off Jackinho. Golden down to 1 HP. And they are struggling. Another HE tossed up and over. This could finish off Golden and denies the bomb plant just for a couple more seconds before it finally goes down. KRIMZ though pops back up again. Dangerous game of whack-a-mole and puts the Galil to use on Glaive. 3v3 as Xyp9x goes in again. It's so chaotic, but it's going the way of Astralis. And Brollan is a million miles away from clutching this round. He needs to purchase more frags. There's one looking for a second. They're defusing the bomb behind the sanctuary of the box. And with a kick, they will make it work. They stick the landing. Astralis
with the smokes are going to block off one side of it. dupreeh now stranded. He's been flashed, and this is a great entry from Golden.
Huge entry, and he actually doubles up. Magisk has also fallen down. It seems like Astralis have already pulled the plug. Smoke's down in middle, and they have enough finances behind these 3 saved weapons to just buy up without any issues. But hey, Fnatic, they're going to stick around a bit longer.
Yeah, that out of the hat, so that's great. They're going to move up to 7. They retain all of their weapons. They don't have to ride by any guns. They can replenish the utility instead. And they have a situation where Astralis... Another big round here. A big entry from Brollan onto Xyp9x. Fnatic trying to build something here off the back of that previous round. That's a good start. We're in round 20. Glaive, though, trying to challenge at middle. Only good for one with the UMP. Device trying to get assertive here on Catwalk. Not going to find his man. Magisk did, but now he's left all alone. He's going to have to be a true magician to pull one out here. And unfortunately for...
They can decide to change their options, so should they feel like maybe B isn't the right call after all.
Yeah, big entry from KRIMZ. Like you said, the options will be left open for them with so much time left. But Glaive, the aggress through the smoke at spawn. That's a big pickup. It gets the advantage back for Astralis. And now Magisk pops off at B as well. They're staying out in front. Vincent Golden so low on health.
Very low on health. KRIMZ may need to do all the heavy lifting for this round. Golden basically sacrificing himself to the CSGO to get this plant down. He will instantly get repelled afterwards. KRIMZ 1 on 3. And Device with the quick wide swing from window. dispatches him post-haste. 13-9. That 3-round streak comes to an abrupt end.
Yeah, this time Astralis handled the mid-B attack very well. Flashes he could throw from the corner. Zipic starts to feel a little bit of heat. That's a perfectly timed HE grenade. He's going to absolutely stuff them in the doors.
3 kills for Zipex and looking for more. JW's been smacked down to 7 HP. He needs to just turn away and run for the hills. There's a monster looming over. Yeah, Magisk's still here, but a swarm of T's pushing towards him. The flash he turns away from, but he actually inadvertently turns into another flashbang. He was basically screwed whatever happened. There were so many flashes and nades being tossed his way, 4 players rushing onto the site and spilling onto him. So Fnatic looking to get a 10th round and Astralis looking to save.
Which is huge because it's not like Astralis' economy is that built up. So dropping all these weapons is actually going to put them in a spot where trying to buy out this next round, that gap on the scoreboard.
I think it especially makes sense because it felt like the course correction moment was when they got the double ops in play for Astralis. Right, so going in that round particular leaves a couple players bare, and he definitely can't get the double ops.
This is the problem, Vince.
Has got an AK, yeah, and this is... There's a gap in the smoke, but it doesn't get punished. He just needs to stay alive. He knows that rotational play is coming in, and dupreeh with the deagle is putting down damage, death, and decay. Alongside Zipping into middle. This time Glaive isn't playing it. It's Zipex instead. Based off spawns. Glaive had the best spawn for long. And Zipex tries to thread the needle through middle. And he doesn't just do that, he threads the first frag. In doing so, alleviates some of the pressure that's been building up on the B site now. Utilities being tossed in. They have to be wary and cognizant of the fact that Zipex could push through the CT side at any given moment. And this is isolating Golden from the rest of his team, and that's the bomb that's gone down. The bomb's dropped outside of it, though. It goes from bad to worse, and they need entries desperately. KRIMZ is the man for the job. Takes off the head of dupreeh, and now magisk stuck at the back of the car, and try and maneuver himself into a potential clutch. Down go Fnatic. And